Get ready to enter the vortex. The Anal Retentive Housewife, starring Van. Today's episode.
And welcome to another episode of The Anal Retentive Housewife. I apologize for leaving you in the closet. I have been quite ill with the Beijing flu. So I think I'm finally better, although I'm still waiting for this ear to pop. But anyway, on to business. It is totally hot, so I have my beverage, of course, which I know carbonated beverages do not make you any cooler, but it's still refreshing. And ice cream. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And you can't see the name, but it rhymes with Ariba. Okay. So, today we're going to talk about cleaning your floors. Now, people have probably noticed in the past few months, probably in the past year, there's been a lot of technological breakthroughs in the area of floor cleaning. And I want to discuss the different options that are out there now, as well as kicking it old school style and explain to you guys what I used to do before. And what other people used to do before, which I disagree with, and I'm going to explain why. Okay, but first, a sip of soda. Because the lights are on, it's such hard business being on the TV. Okay, used to be, I'd have a little generic bottle of cleaner like Windex, which I preferred, or 409 or Fantastic or something, and I would spray my floor linoleum in a grid pattern on my hands and knees. Yep, that's right. And my knees got very dirty, as did my hands. And along with that, I would take, for each section of 6 linoleum tile squares, that's 3 by 2, sort of, what's that, a knight's move in chess? Okay, so 3 by 2 square grid, and I spray it individually. Then take my paper towels. Sorry, the brawny guy isn't here today. And take 2 sheets, wipe it, do the same for the next 3 by 2 grid, and the next one, and the next one. It took me at least 2 hours to do the kitchen and breakfast nook. Bathrooms were horrible. They just get all mucked up. Pantry, kitty, litter and glitter area. Another half hour, literally back-breaking work. But I felt that was the best way to do it. Now, I never, waxed my floors. I think this is a no-wax linoleum. It's like a rolled, and then they just put it down. It's not tiles or anything. It's sort of nasty now. And it took me a while. This is not to mention the carpets, the little area rugs I had to clean before I did that. Oh, word to the wise. Area rugs, if you have too many of them, make your area look smaller, especially if they're very busy and patterned. So I get beige area rugs to match my beige linoleum. Okay, and I also get cotton ones with 100% latex backing, so that they do not skid, because I'm not going to buy a rug for $14 and pay another $14 to get some sort of sticky backing on it, and that just makes the floor dirty anyway. Okay, now, when you clean the floor, you also want to clean the baseboards along with it. as a reminder. And if you have somebody come and clean your house, they probably don't move the furniture like you probably would when you clean your own floors. This is why I clean my own floors, even if it gets dirty for a while and I don't get to it as often or as frequently as I would like. Okay, that was old school stuff, which is still good, still works, you know. And by the way, I tend not to wear gloves when I clean, mostly because I like to feel the floor and just check and see if it's really like squeaky clean. But it is recommended, especially if your hands are sensitive or if you've just had a professional manicure. Okay, now then, the new changes that are out there are, and please bear in mind, I first got these things because they were available at the warehouse and I figured, yeah, what the hell, it's impulse buy. So the first of these series, and there's more by the way, this is just a sampling of what I have tried, was the Swiffer, and as they claim, changing cleaning behavior. Now I didn't really get into it till about 6 months ago, and yeah, it's wonderful, a miracle product. In fact, you can look at this, and the bottom of this is really dirty, frankly, and the handle even has a bow in it because I press so hard against the floor. However, when I first got this, I did not use it immediately because it came with these little paper squares, and it was the Swiffer Dry. Okay, Swiffer Dry, fine. It's good for dusting, but it doesn't really get the dirt out. And if you're going to use the dry, you can use these as paper towels if you like. That's probably not a bad idea. But I would still wet down the area you're going to clean. Dusting is a good, quick fix, but it doesn't, again, really get the dirt out. It moves it around. Okay, so I didn't use these dry ones. But then along came Swiffer Wet. And this neato little package, which I love cool packaging. And it just has this, new package. It just has this, spring bouquet fresh scent. I don't know what it is, but I like it. It reminds me of my old nasal allergy medicine, which they apparently don't make anymore. Vansinase. It used to smell like flowers. That's why I liked it. Now the new ones all smell like chemicals. Anywhoosies, so here they are. And all you do is you take out the little parts and you put it in with your finger, or if your cuticles are sensitive, you can just use a pen to make sure that the wet cloth is on here. And then all you have to do is just wipe the floor. And whereas before I used to waste really a ton of paper towels, this gets the job done in a lot fewer of these wet wipies. The floor is moistened and smells great, including the baseboards. And yesterday, in fact, I was cleaning the bathroom, and I like to clean the walls and every once in a while the ceiling, because sometimes they get these little water drop things on them. And all I had to do, and look, I don't even have to get up, but I don't want to get, my head wet. And it just cleans the walls too. So it's a great thing maybe for cleaning the walls. See, look at that dirt I picked up. Cleaning the walls before you paint, cleaning the ceilings, picks up the dust just wonderfully. I was like, wow, how come I didn't think of this before? So even I have, don't always remember where and how to use the products. Anyway, so that's how that works. And I personally feel free also to use other manufacturers' white B-cloths on the bottoms of these, because that way you can clean your wood cabinets, whatever. Anyway, once I found those, I also started cleaning the porch with the Swiffer Wet. Wonderful. Garage floor, sparkling clean. Well, it doesn't really sparkle, it's a matte finish. But matte finish, nice clean, the washer and dryer, it goes right underneath things, people who used to do it before the Swiffer idea came along used a mop and a bucket. Now the mop started out clean, maybe, and the bucket of water mixed with some, weird ratio of cleaning ingredient to water, who knows what it was, started out clean. But then people used to just dip the mop in the bucket and then, do that, and then they'd wring it out, and then they'd keep that nasty mop sponge for months, weeks, years. And I was like, yeah, that's all skanky now. And the water was really nasty too, so all you're doing is spreading around dirty water. Why would you want to do that? Because then your entire floor has a dull gray sheen to it? I don't think so. Okay, well then these Swiffer people, that's what I call them, I don't know, I forget who really is the manufacturer, but anyway, that's not important, came up with the Wet Jet. Now this thing is heavier, fancy, and it requires batteries, and it takes these things, and it has a liquid filler dispenser, and what I call a giant maxi pad. It's really what it looks like, I'm sorry. That you don't even have to put on the mop, it just attaches via Velcro or a hook and loop system. So all you have to do, and it comes like this, is just turn these puppies upside down, and then you just go, and then you spray by pressing this guy. There's a button here. It makes that weird noise, and then you spray. You wipe. Problem with that is, first of all, it's heavier, so you can't lift over your head. Not quite as portable. Batteries might run out of liquid. Probably not, but those are things to take into consideration. And since the maxi pad on the bottom isn't pre-moistened, you have to dispense a lot of liquid, and I don't personally get that nice, clean, fresh feeling that I like on my floors. Also, I cannot see how much liquid has sprayed out. I hear the noise, but I don't see the liquid because it's a clear liquid. If there's even the slightest hint of a purple or blue or green color, it would be so much easier. So maybe that's something they can think about for future versions of the liquid. Anyway, a little heavy. And then I just put it in a plastic tray. They say always have one of the pads on, ready to go for any emergency, and that's a very good idea. If you live with pets or messy Marvins or little ones, they are very busy making sure that you stay busy. Okay, now since my little Swiffer got all dirty and everything because I use it so much, I love it. Did I already say that? I got, and I wanted to play fair a little bit, I got the Clorox Ready Mop System. Now this is the portable, not automatic version, and see, this is much cleaner, and there's no bend in the handle yet. And by the way, these are not as soft, so wash your hands on these ones here. So I got that. That works the same as the Swiffer simplistic model. Now the change comes when you look at the Clorox Ready Mop, the electronic version. It has a little button. It dispenses liquid. There's the liquid container here. Their maxi pads are the panty liner variety, so they're a little slimmer. And what I do like about this one is that the little things you put to hold the pad in place on these ones in particular. Now, the Swiffer one, like I said before, has Velcro, but this one is really soft, so it's really easy to affix the panty liner to the bottom of the mop system. And excuse me, the Clorox one requires no batteries. It's some sort of pneumatic system, and it's much quieter. And the spray doesn't, on the Swiffer, the spray goes out when you do the zzz. Here, when you depress the button, the spray moistens the panty liner and sprays just a little bit in front of the mop, which, even though they also use a clear liquid, makes it much easier for me to know where I dispense the liquid, thereby letting me know where I need to wipe up. So, and it's just a wee bit lighter. So now you're probably like, okay, well now she's got 4 mops. What is she going to do with all these mops? So I had developed a system because I like them all, frankly, and I want to play fair. So the old Swiffer one is going to be for the garage and the outside areas. Since it's already dirty, it's for, dirty work. The newer stuff is for the indoors. And this is generally a good principle to follow, is keep, like I said, of old things, and generally your new things that you got before that get old, once they're replaced, keep them, because you probably liked them the first time you bought it. And just use it for a garage, for a car, backyard, whatever. Being careful not to have too many sets of old, like, oh, this is new, this is really new, this is old, this is way old. You don't want to have too many generations of stuff, because otherwise, like me, you'll run out of space. And I'd have to say, I have a pretty big house for 2 people. And yet I seem to have filled every available space and then some, which is why I have to get so creative with how I store things. Hence my closet tales. So, that being said, let's go ahead and show you how to clean the floors, and we'll explain the grid system and show you just how easy and how quick it can be. Also, when you're cleaning, be sure again to do the baseboards. I don't have a steam floor cleaner because I didn't really see the point. All that does is it moves the dirt pretty well into the far corners of your kitchen, which you're going to have to get out someday, so we might as well just do it now. What else is there to say? That's it. And we'll try each of the different models and see how they all work out. Okie dokie. Now I have to move because I'm by myself. There's no cameraman. He's been too busy lately to film. Excuse me. So I have to film myself, and it's really lame. But what can you do? Show must go on. Okay. Okay, sorry to make you wait. I hope this all works out okay in terms of filming. And I apologize for the weird angles and stuff. Can't do very much about it. First off, when I clean, I go from like one corner and out or outside in. But do it in one direction, that way you don't leave your tracks of yourself. Now, right now I'm wearing just regular tennis shoes. Normally what I wear on the bottoms of my feet are like travel socks. You know, the socks you get free from the airplanes when you travel, because then I can just toss those out. Or I wear a really old pair of socks that I'm going to toss out anyway. Those are just going to get dirty. If you wear shoes, and your shoes are dirty on the bottom, they're going to track. So that's why I don't do that. Garage is a slightly different matter. I'm talking about like in the kitchen, pantry, and breakfast areas, and foyer. So we have our products here. Also, question, to sweep before you wet mop or not to sweep? I say no, because the wet mop's going to pick up all that anyway, and at the end when you're replacing the wet towel there, you can just kind of, swish it around and bunch it up and, pick up any remaining remnants or seedlings or what have you by yourself. So I don't. If you want to dry mop, again, that's up to you, but frankly it's a waste of time. It's like people who pre-wash their dishes before they put them in the dishwasher, which again, an item I don't use, or people who clean the house before the maid gets out, there to clean. It's like, then why do you have a maid? It's a waste of money, because you're doing all the hard work for them. So, it's so hard to find good help nowadays. That's why I end up doing it all myself. Okay. I also keep a small supply of small Windex wipes or Clorox wipes, usually Windex again, mostly because it cleans glass, plus a whole lot more. Or even the Pledge wipes. Keep a little set of those in case I see where, there's droplets of a beverage that fell on the floor and, nobody looked at the entire splatter pattern of the spilt beverage, and so there's a stray drop of orange juice usually, or something sticky and nasty. So I just keep these so I can just wipe it right then and there, not have to worry about it and deal with it later. Takes care of the issue. Okay, and we already have one all set to go. And you do want to be careful, now this is going to be backbreaking, when you do this, that first of all, nobody's going to come to the house so that the floor can dry properly. Trust me, if you have any pets, they're going to stay away. Also, you want to make sure, and the reason I go in one direction is if you don't, and the floor is wet, you might slip, especially if you're wearing socks like I do. And trust me, it's happened before. Most embarrassing. And I try to make sure nobody sees me when I fall like that. But anyway, so all you do is just feel like one of those waxing commercials. Look at that dirt. Okay, it's not that bad. But it is picking up, it's picking up dust, and I have two cats, so it picked up a lot of their hair, because their hair is very fine, and especially Kitty, the long hair one. Man, she loves to leave a mess everywhere. So, that's that. I only have a few minutes to clean before I have to get out and run some errands and stuff. So, I'm gonna say, I'm the Anal Retentive Housewife. And remember, it's not just a show, it's a way of life.